Hey friends, this is Haider from Bitvero Digital Marketing Agency, and the topic of today is very interesting. That is, if you are maintaining a website and that is lacking online presence. Yes, I'm sure that every one of you really want your website to rock and roll in Google, which is the search engine, but unfortunately your website is not appearing in searches. So what might be the reason? Well, before you go and discuss with your digital marketing company, obviously, if you will watch this video till the end, I promise that this will be going to be something good for you, because today everyone and any business wants online presence. How important the online presence is, I cannot emphasize any further. That that alone, this factor, online presence, can make or break your business if it really depends on it. So online presence, and especially on Google, although search engines are many out there, but when we talk about Google, it is very much important that we need to be much careful about Google. Coming back to the topic, without delaying anything further, we have divided that into three major parts, and the first part is related to the basic things, much basic things, simple things. The second part is related to the audits. Okay, what elements are covering audits? And the third and important part is related to how to implement after audits, what exactly to do it, how to do it. So now let's come to the very simple criteria, and I'm sure this much many of you are normally forgetting this part, which is to cover the basics. When it comes to say, I'm saying basics means you really need to check the basic things. Say for example, when it comes to website, or when it comes to digital identity, or when it comes to internet, Google is the king, as you and I all knows that. So stop underestimating Google. That will be more toxic for you and your business. Yes, that's very basic, my dear, very much basic. You stop underestimating Google. Whatever pops up in your mind, imagine that Google has already implemented a cure or a solution for that decades back. Okay, so you need to just stop underestimating Google and follow the ethical approaches. The moment you follow unethical approach, may be toxic to your business, because Google already knows that, and it within no time you or your business will be going to be busted by Google. Google will penalize and will take you nowhere. So please stop doing that. Second important criteria is, if your website or digital asset is out there on the internet, just check a very basic simple criteria, that it should be for a human first and search engine later. If your website is not as per the requirements of a human, then it is of no use, no matter how good the website is, no matter how best it is presenting up. If the website is failing to capture the intent of humans, of visitors, of people, then search engines will note that simple thing and will degrade your listings for sure. So just if you are creating a new web asset, or your web asset is already there, just make sure for this simple step, that create that for humans first and search engines later. The third and the very basic thing which you must know is that tech always goes upwards, not downwards. So you must have to check your digital asset and digital identity time to time to upgrade it. When it comes to technology, try to use all the best technologies out there on your digital asset, of course, when and if at all it is required. If not, then you can ignore it. The fourth most important basic point relates to never leave your website or fan. The moment you will leave your website or fan means it is almost on the verge of dying out. So just take care of your web presence. It is not like fill it, shut it, and forget it. No, never. It is a digital asset. It is and you must have to take care and own it every time, each time. If you can't do that, make responsibility of someone or make your digital marketing company responsible for the same. The last point and the basic things is that if your website is lacking the required intent to capture the intent of the visitor, that's something very basic. You need to check if the visitor who is coming to your website is the intent is not fulfilled, then the digital asset is almost useless. So you need to check what is the intent of the visitor, why you are calling that particular visitor to land on your website or to land on a specific page, if it is of any use. Because you know one thing, if you are calling or attracting visitors from your website pages and those visitors are bouncing within no time, that will prove more harm than any good. So I suggest please stop doing that. If you think that particular page is of no use in the website, just it is always better and recommended by Google as well to remove it completely instead of keeping it, because that traffic which is coming to that page and bouncing again will prove more harm than any good. So these are the 5 basic things which you need to keep in mind while your digital asset is there, you are maintaining it or you are planning to create a new one. Okay, now the second part relates with the audits. Friends, this is one of the most important part, and it is further divided into 6 or 7 important factors, and these are on-site SEO, off-site SEO, social media presence, reputation analysis, then local presence analysis, then content analysis. These are link analysis. So friends, you must have to understand what is an audit. If your website is not performing well in search engines, then how you will be going to determine what is going wrong? For example, you just visit a doctor and the doctor says your problem to a doctor, and the doctor will say to you to go to for a certain reports and come up with the report, and only after that doctor will rule out or phase out the issues happening or going with you. So that's exactly the same scenario. If your digital asset is facing issues, is facing problems for online, for Google, then the best part is to consider an audit of your digital asset. It's only with the authentic ethical audit report, which constitutes all these factors which I have just mentioned, that you can able to determine what exactly is wrong in the website or digital asset. So now let's see what is on-site SEO. On-site SEO or on-page SEO or on-site search engine optimization are all the same terms. They use interchangeably, and this simply refers to on-site SEO simply refers to optimizing your website, making it search friendly. Search engine crawlers are out there. They are coming to your website and they are crawling your website. If they are unable to crawl your website, they cannot be able to index your website as well. And if they are not able to index your website, how come they will display your website? That's very simple. So means if your website is not search friendly, search engines may not be able to crawl it, or you have optimized it or semi-optimized it. Some parts are optimized and some not. That will also not work. So you have to ensure this first and foremost and important thing, that your website is actually optimizing fully as per the guidelines of the search engine crawlers, so that they can come and happily crawl your website, index your website, and whenever a search query appears, may show your website depending upon its quality and scores. So that's the part one. And the next part comes is off-site optimization. What exactly is off-site? We also call it as plain SEO, search engine marketing, just SEO, off-site SEO, off-page SEO. Whatever we are doing out from your web page or out from your website over the internet to promote your website is called search engine marketing, or SEO. Normally it's been used as SEO. For example, you are just maintaining a website and would like to promote your website, so you can tell your friends, you can tell your colleagues, you can tell your competitors as well. So this is off-site promotion. Whatever is happening or going on outside over the internet is off-site. You are trying to come up with relevant directory listing that my website is already there. You are writing a blog post and amplifying that blog post for the sake of promoting your website to external sites. So that's off-site. So now friends, the next topic is social media. We must have to understand with this, when we are analyzing social media, that humans interact and humans socialize. It's not the brands which socialize. So when it comes to analyzing social media, it is very important how you are promoting and amplifying your brand socially. If you are trying to make up your brand socially, then you will have to make it ethically, then you will have to make it emotionally, then, because the same very point lies that people interact emotionally with people and not with brands. So if any brand will have to connect with people, they have to do it strategically, not they have to ensure that they have to consider it in a manner in which they can make successful emotional connection with the people, and only those brands are successful on social media. And it is not the likes, they are not the comments, they are not the tweets and retweets which actually determine how powerful the brand is. The brand appears on social media just to make emotional connection with the people. The people determines how well the brand is doing. The people comment on those brands. So analyzing social media of a particular brand is quite helpful and imperative and necessary when it comes to auditing your brands. Next comes Google Local. Google Local simply means your brand is appearing locally, and that really helps in search engine optimization and search engine marketing as well. If your brand is there and the presence is not there locally, then the brand is missing something. Google Local really helps as a game changer when it comes to brand promotion and enhancement. So analyzing Google Local is quite imperative when it comes to auditing and analysis. The next part is reputation management. Analyzing your reputation. Analyzing the reputation is brand is as imperative as it sounds. What is reputation? Whoever out there is your customer and reviewing your company, giving stars to your company, no matter you are related to traveling business, no matter you are related to the fooding business or any service industry or whatever you are doing, Google provides the facility to review businesses. Google provides, even Amazon provides the facility to review businesses, and reputation is directly attached with this reviews. These reviews affect the buying decisions of the customer, of the visitor. It is a general criteria that visitors and customers checks the reviews and ratings of a specific product before making their buying decision. So we must have to ensure that the reputation is healthier when it comes to auditing. And if the reputation is not healthy, means the brand is affected. And yes, it is quite an important factor. The next comes content. Whatever the images, whatever the headings, subheadings, and CTAs, call to actions, USPs, unique selling points, is there, constitutes content. How you are portraying your content does matter. Any amount of strategy will fail. Any amount of SEO strategy may not work if the content strategy of your website is not proper. So hence, auditing content strategy is extremely important, because it's only the content of your website and digital asset which actually determines if user will stay on the website, which actually determines the intent of the user. So that content strategy is very much important. And the last is link. Friends, when we say link, means a link, external link, who is pointing to your digital asset, or we normally say it as a backlink. The link which is coming to your digital asset, or which is coming to your website, that is a link, that is a backlink. We use this term interchangeably, and backlinks really plays a crucial role when it comes to determining the rankings of your website. But the question is why refers to Google gives weightage to good links, means if any authoritative link is coming to your website, gives a reputation signal to Google that your website has got authority, because that website is recommending your website, which is called endorsement. Let's take it in a simplistic manner. If in your community any reputed person like a doctor will call you on a stage and endorse you for any particular activity, that will give you enough reputation and trust. So friends, link building is quite very important. But on the contrary, if you think that particular link is coming from any bad source, you can imagine how much damage that link can do to your website. So analyzing the type of links coming, incoming links basically coming to your website, and outgoing links going from your website, both two-way linking is really important to analyze and check, and that really determines your rankings and positions to a good extent. So friend, the third important phase is phase 3, which is implementation. To implement, you really need to discuss an ethical digital marketing agency, and we suggest, before going to discuss these with your digital marketing agency, please ponder over these points, and that will help you. The first point is you require a lot of patience, because you need to understand this is Google, and Google is backed by algorithms, so nothing can be done overnight. The second most important point is that this digital marketing man or the company is your only and last hope or savior, because no one else can do what this man or company can do to your website. If like for patients, doctor is the savior. For your digital asset, this digital marketing company is the savior. You need to decide which company to opt, which company to call, and which company to deal with when it comes to your digital asset and website. So friends, um, third and most important thing is, please do not forget to keep the monies and budgeting, because the all of this process requires monies at every step. When it comes to organic marketing, when it comes to PPC, when it comes to social media, when it comes to audits, when it comes to optimizations, everywhere you need money. So you will have to, depending upon your website length and website stage, on what stage or your brand you are in, you have to set aside monies. So in totality, I must reiterate that please do not underestimate Google, because Google says to develop websites for humans first and search engines, and to make them search engine friendly later on. And it is quite important to follow the guidelines of Google when it comes to SEO, SMO, or social media, or audits, or these digital criteria and things. I hope you like the session, and you will get tons and loads of information out of it. And we'll see you in the next episode and of this digital marketing journey. And if you like this, please share with your colleagues and friends. Thank you very much.